I think the mission is a real tremendous opportunity that we have got in cancer across the field, and I'm particularly proud that I've been called on the mission board. My background is I'm a pediatric oncologist, so obviously there's opportunity for pediatric cancer as one of the rare cancers, but definitely I think it's we could really launch a real tidal wave approach in cancer research, but I think we are really heading towards three main themes on the overall. There will be a prevention part, particularly relevant in adult cancer, but we need new treatments, innovation, which and research that comes into the game, because I think that's one of the main goals. But there will strongly be a component also on the survivors, how they're doing in their lives after cancer treatment. There are a lot of shortcomings currently, apart from late effects that need observation. Childhood cancer, we have a survivorship passport, but there's really lots to do to reintegrate into society and to thoroughly follow up. So I think this mission is really also an opportunity to integrate such a mission also much more into the wider public and bring it back to the citizens in Europe. We are still observing major differences. Ella Stelarova has this very nicely published on pediatric cancer in Lancet Oncology. So there's really quite some diversity, particularly in outcomes, 20% less outcome chances for children that are treated in widening countries. These political, social, economic backgrounds of these countries, but it's also a need for transfer of knowledge and further cooperation is particularly one of the aims of SciOp Europe and strongly supported by the European Reference Network that I'm leading on for pediatric cancer. It's really one of our missions there. To foster these collaborations, and this is ongoing work of exchange of advice in virtual tumor boards, but also practical visits to the hospitals, invitation, identifying the needs, aiming for twinning programs, and really trying to bring out guidelines from the European clinical trial groups so that we can help as much as possible to even enlarge the big pediatric oncology network that we have in Europe, but where we need deeper bring the knowledge, particularly into the widening countries. I'm a true believer in this. We have launched the initiatives, and this is a while ago in previous projects that we have been running, which was ENCA and ExploreNet, establishing really standards of care and treatment, which we regard as a prerequisite if children are looked after. But for definite, I think there are big opportunities coming also with our new commissioner, Ursula von der Leyen, who really has a perspective on the European cancer plan. And I think this is really the opportunity that we will get in the years to come. This refers a little bit to a question that I previously answered, and I think definitely, yes, we need to connect, and what we do in EAR and PET-CAN, for example, in particular, on the one hand, we are having teaching movies on standards of care in a particular tumor entity, but there's also the plan to foster even larger webinars on special case reports, its meetings, its exchange programs with colleagues to really be on the top of what is feasible and best accepted care. And there's another component of innovation that needs special attention, but I think we need a very good baseline of best available standards in the respective entities that we are dealing with. The healthcare systems, as you know, is in the competence of member states. So I think we can encourage, we can foster, but ultimately it's a decision-making process within an individual member state. So I think all the instruments that we can activate, talk to health ministers through the council, I think this is extremely helpful, and the patient voice is always very much heard. So I think that must go on to bring the message to equalize across countries. But obviously there's a way to go, and budgetary decisions within the member states are not ours as much as we wish to influence that.